Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger.
Why don't we have a Beast Morphers hand movement?
We just didn't have a good, well, because it's hard to come up with a good thing that goes with the term Beast Morphers.
Yeah, I guess we just chuck sunglasses across the room.
The throwing of sunglasses, I think, is still pretty good action there. Alright, so, this one may be coming a couple hours late. We've just...
Hi, it's Wednesday evening.
Yeah, we've just been...
sick.
Yeah, in different ways.
Jake threw out his back.
Somehow, a little bit. I might be in a substantial amount of pain. So, I hope that you're all doing well. And,
I have antibiotics.
we are nearing the end of Ryusoulger. This is our penultimate episode. It's hard to believe that the series is almost over.
But it's not that hard to remember, because last time was the penultimate episode, and I am still rolling at that pun.
I'm glad.
You did a good job on that
I'm
pun.
glad that you're entertained by that. I know that...
Thrilled say.
This weekend was obviously quite the productive weekend for Power Rangers with the New York Toy Fair. I know stuff's going on with Kamen Rider as well. We got a bunch of new toys announced, the new Lightning Collection figures, Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger, some classic Mighty Morphin.
I mean, if you didn't already have the Legacy Dragon Dagger, that would probably be real nice.
They've got some nifty features to it. It's got a little bit of a light-up edge and some remixing on the sounds.
Oh, so they went out of their way to make that something worthwhile, even if someone does have the Legacy.
Yeah, they tried to have it be something a little bit different. Which is nice.
Just like when they re-release the same Ranger in the Legacy Collection in a 2-pack, and he was previously in a 1-pack, or vice versa.
Yeah, I love that for the Gold Ranger they're releasing a head for Trey. Like that was unexpected. I didn't think they were going to go there with it, but that was cool.
Right, but the last time they did it, it was what? It was a dual pack of 2 Jasons.
Yeah.
Right?
So that was good.
So
that was a good move.
This makes a difference.
I like that they actually
did that. People who got the 2-pack
did that.
still have the exclusive in the form of a Jason Gold Ranger. Not that you can't make a Jason Gold Ranger if you also own Jason Red Ranger.
Yeah, it's
because
all
the heads are
good stuff.
interchangeable, and this guy over here stuck Doggy Kruger's head on
Tyler. But I think it's fun. It's also fun that there's Rocky for Zeo Blue, so you could have Jason being red. And you could have Jason being gold and Rocky being red if you want to.
Yes, you could.
So there's a lot of fun mixing and matching going on there. And then they also had the...
it's a pity there's no head for Ranger Killer.
Ranger Slayer.
Ranger Slayer.
Yeah, I was hoping to see that sort of punk rock... future Kimberly head.
Yeah, didn't she have like a...
She had like an undercut and a bunch of earrings. Yeah. But that didn't happen to work out.
That would have been really cool, because they could have put that head on the regular pink one. There's
always one character that they just don't do a head for in each wave, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it makes sense, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
What?
Like with Lord Zed, that makes sense.
Yeah, Lord Zed's not going to have an alternate head.
And although...
Unless you want it to be Sweater Vest Guy from the...
Yeah. And although Magnum Defender, you know, he was also Mike in Lost Galaxy... you couldn't. That was a character that was never helmetless at any point.
Right.
So, and they decided to interpret it as being the classic.
Do you see this?
Yeah, he's being very cuddly right now.
When I don't pet him, he pets me.
Yep. But among the big things is the super official confirmation that Ryusoulger will in fact be the 28th season of Power Rangers. We don't know if it's going to be both 28th and 29th.
You need to get off the couch. You didn't clean your butt very well.
We don't know if it's going to be the 28th and the 29th seasons, or if it's just the 28th season. We don't know the name of it as of yet, but we do know that Ryusoulger is next up to be adapted for season 28.
Don't need that.
So that's all very exciting. And also, we, at long last, actually now have a simplified way of connecting our video to the TV, because we are able to cast it to our new Chromecast.
Go up there.
instead of having to run the big long cable or anything. We started with the short cable where I always had to go over to the laptop. Then we got the longer cable, which we were always tripping over. Now we finally have a wireless connection to the TV. So with all that, I think it might be time to finally kick off the penultimate episode. Episode 47 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Between Happiness and Despair. Play. Come on.
Play.
There it goes. Play.
Play.
There it goes.
Oh, there we go. Oh, somebody's waking up.
Hello. Hey, Ko.
Hey, Ko.
Mr. Tetsui is watching Ui's channel, apparently. Interesting. Hey, Ui.
Deep within the Amazon. Oh, that's one we've seen.
I believe that was her first video. It's interesting that they're rewatching her video from the first episode.
Maybe they're hoping we won't remember. Because it does start with it's been 24 hours since I left Japan.
Oh, okay.
It's a lie, because she's actually out by their village, pretending to be in the Amazon.
So what's actually going on right now? Because where we left off, we were not in, like, a comfortable zone. They were all down in Eris's
Is this like a Lotus
temple.
Eater machine?
And, yeah, Master Eris had just merged with Precious. But yeah, Nada's here.
Lotus Eater machine.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Happiness and despair. It's a Lotus Eater machine.
Yep.
I'm calling it right now.
Okay. Oh! Yoto hikaru sodo chikate batteru rodo. Bow, 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 bow now. Momo, ritai, kono sekai. Megade sanai to kimi ta nara sono michi o yuke yo. Tadashiki endeneru. You should know Akashi Saa Soru o hitotsu ni Dona toki demo Nigenai Dynamiku Daichi o narase hagene no chikara Girato hikaru sodo Chigate batteru rodo Yume wa hitori de miru yori minade Miru hodo tsuko naru Dokante genkai nado Dokante koete go Seitsuke ami o tate Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Boom. Did you like our singing, Ali?
Oh, he's trying to get back over here. Don't let him sit on your lap. He needs to watch his behind.
Yeah. Hey, Ali. Who's a fluffy? Hey, who we got? So it looks like Kanalo's
dragging Kanalo
getting married.
To the altar.
Yep.
This is definitely a Lotus Eater machine.
Yeah.
She's even got a ring.
Yep. So I guess we're gonna get little check-ins with everybody, I guess. Interesting.
Where are the guests? Yes, you are imagining things.
Hey, Bamba and Master Black.
Seriously, this is what would make Bamba the happiest, is to be,
Yeah.
not only sparring with Master Black, but have him be all like, oh, you got good.
Yeah. And where's Toa at? Yeah, each of them keep noticing, I think, little things are off, and then just continuing from there. Hey, got your teeth.
The world is waiting for you.
Hey, Asuna. Yeah, she's just eating a bunch of stuff, because that's the funny thing with Asuna.
My friends are in here.
Yeah. none of them are with each other.
They're happy, but their friends aren't there. He's had a really good book and some tea, apparently. Oh, not tea.
What's going on? Oh, ping pong. Just like they played.
Oh, I get it. Subconsciously, he ordered enough for everyone.
Interesting.
There were 5 beverages.
Interesting. But yeah, I remember they were playing ping pong in his last episode.
Yes. And it's very interesting to me that Ko seems to get to have people...
Yeah. They don't remember being Ryusoulgers. Hey, Kirion.
Yeah, you didn't recognize his voice?
Yeah, I thought it was him. Ooh, I have a feeling things did not go well. That looks...
Please tell me everybody here is just in their Lotus Eater machine.
I think so.
Not DED.
Yeah, they're all
they
sleeping.
are. They look very cozy, actually.
Interesting. Okay, so they've all been woken up now. But yeah, none of them could remember being Ryusoulgers or the other...
Eris splashed some kind of light and everyone fell asleep.
Yeah.
Well, this is one way for peace on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right, that was what we saw at the end of the last episode. The light flash. Whoa! He's been... Kishiryu have been fighting, Eris.
Good job, Kishiryu!
Whoa, Yabasword. There's
There's
a new Yabasword, because Yabasword had been destroyed.
Okay, then...
It's crazy that the Kishiryu have been fighting without them. Oh, whoa, what? That doesn't look good.
Alright, Shinji.
Whoa. What is happening?
A slightly less religious iconography version of one of those bursting crosses of light from Evangelion that just decimates everything.
Well, this looks bad. This has escalated. Escalated significantly. Whoa, Asuna.
Silliest Sentai in a while is now hey. Kirion's like, why are you dragging me in here? Oh, are they all going inside?
Looks like it.
Oh.
They're all getting like absorbed into Eris and getting turned into little
This
glow ball things.
It all returns to nothing. It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
Wait. Where'd they all end up? Is this okay? So this is they went back to the temple to retreat. Okay. Man, I thought that might have been a vaporization on the Kishiryu because we didn't see them after that big blast.
Yeah. They're just being turned into freaky trees.
作り直すと言った。あれだけの力を持ってすれば
Alright.
全てを消滅させることだってできたはず。なぜみんなを
So
眠
what
ら
is
せた。
Eris up to? Why does she put everyone to
それ
sleep
がこの星を作り
when
直
she
す
has that kind of power? Yeah.
どうつながるんだ。
エラスは生物のエネルギーを利用しよう
She's
として
using
いる
them like Minosaurs use humans?
エラスは人間たちのエネルギーを使いこの星を作り直すつもりだと。
そんな。だからエラスは人々を眠らせたのか。
そん
No,
な
no, Matrix uses them as batteries.
正体の始まりを作る
There's nobody to entertain.
お前たちもそう思うだろう。
いや、ま
Minesville has to kind of bend over to fit in this space.
あみんな
He's too tall.
エラスに眠らされていた時どんな夢を見た。
Are you going to address
Don't
how
worry.
Wisewool got back, though? That'd be nice.
幸せな夢だったかな。それがどうしたんだ。
Why did his shadow just move? That was weird.
いや
They ate gooey stuff. So they're being used for energy as well.
なんで俺までエラスの中に吸収されてんだよ。
つかめるところにいたんだ。仕方ないだろう。
Whoa.
寝るな。
来るよ。
あ、は？
俺からマイナスを生み出すんだ。
ベルトは
このままじゃ全員眠らされるぞ。早くやれよ。ほら。
どうなっても知らねえぞ。
Interesting. Huh. Clever idea. Use the power of a Minosaur to escape. Oh, it's that Minosaur from his nightmares. Whoa.
Well, I guess we don't have to worry about Melto dying to the Minosaur anymore.
That Minosaur did not last.
よかった。二人とも無事で。
That was resolved
Very
quickly.
quickly.
Yeah. So what now? Kaizo-sama.
こう、もしかしたらエラスを倒せるかもしれない。どういうことだ。エラスはもともと地球の一部だった。だから倒せなかった。だがプレシャスと融合し人々を眠らせる力を得たエラスは
Yeah.
今や地球から切り離された一つの生命
Yeah, now she has a physical form. You might be able to fight her.
今しかない。そう言われると倒せる気がしてきたぞ。やっぱりメルトがいないとダメだね。俺たちみんな
Okay.
行こう。
Kanalu, are you okay?
Kanalu is still wondering if it might not be better to be asleep. Okay, Kanalu is wondering if he should have taken the blue pill.
A little bit. What is that? That looks bad. Okay, fireball. Yep, that's not good. Oof. That looks messy. Oof. This city has
look at
just
that.
been wrecked.
Those freaky trees aren't inside of Eris.
Oh, yeah.
They're just everywhere.
私の意志地球の意志
Isn't that the name of the last episode? The Will of the Planet?
I believe so. Or the
My
will
will
be
is
Earth
the
or
will of
something
the
like
Earth.
that.
そうやって倒さないよ。
でも行くしかない。このままでいいんじゃないか。
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's better that way with them trapped inside.
何が言いたい。これ以上戦う意味があるのかと言ってるんだ。このまま戦っても 荒廃した世界が広がってるだけだ。そんな世界に人々が目覚めても幸せなんかあるのか。ネルトもアスナも帰ってきた。夢の中は幸せだった。もし今世界中の人が同じように幸せな夢を見ているとしたら、このまま眠り続けている方がみんな幸せなんじゃないか。
That's a fair argument.
私が見せている失敗も
A world devoid of failure or despair.
それぞれが思い描く幸せを夢の中で永遠に見続ける。
Yeah, Ares really isn't
絶望もない。
evil in a traditional
この
sense.
星を守りたいのであれば方法は一つ。竜相族もドルイドも人間も幸せを感じながら眠り続けるべきなのだ。
Huh.
Like I said, that's one way to make peace on Earth.
Yeah. But yes, she wants them to experience joy in sleep.
みんな本当に
この星を守りたいのであれ
Just had this lecture, but we
Yeah.
went to commercials, so now we get to have it again.
Yes.
人間も幸せを感
But
じ
yeah,
な
I
が
do
ら
I do rather
You left the Minosaurs out this time.
no, I think she said
No, she
Oh,
said
she didn't make
she
mention
said
of Druidons this
Ryusoul-
time?
Druidons. You left the Druidons out this time.
I do have to admit that I do rather like the big bad of the series is this morally neutral creature with the intention to bring peace. Like that's a really interesting choice for a final villain.
それは
A non-villain. It's all empty.
でも私はそんな人と出会ったり仲間と一緒に新しいことしたりしたいし
That's why it's a rerun of the Louis show. It's
Yeah.
all things you remember and fantasies.
Yeah.
あんたに見せた夢に私の仲
Didn't
間
have
はいな
my
かった
friends in it.
Yeah. Every time they went to look over their shoulder.
They were instinctively looking for their friends. They weren't conscious of it in the dream.
Yeah.
They were like, something's missing, something's wrong.
Yep.
何は感じられないんだよカナダみんなだってそうだよ私はこれからもみんなと一緒に笑い合いたい
You see, because it's not the Matrix. In the
Yeah.
Matrix, everybody could still interact with each other.
Yeah. Here they're all still separate and alone.
アスナの言う通りだ。
Much more of a Lotus Eater machine.
Yeah.
昔の俺なら失敗のない世界を望んだかもしれない。でも今は違う。コーがアスナがみんなが助けてくれる。それでまた前を向ける。強くなれる。
This is very Evangelion.
But yeah.
誰しも過ちを犯す。
What good
失敗もする。
Yes, interacting with other humans causes pain,
Yep.
それに抜け合わずた
but
だ
it
逃げること
also
だ
causes joy.
Yeah.
And a life of isolation is no life at all.
Mm-hmm.
確かに争いの歴史はあったそれが変えられないだから俺たちはその歴史の上に立ち生きていくそれが俺
Are
た
we
ちの
gonna
使命
talk the monster to death? Because that'd be kind of cool.
I suspect not. I suspect this is their heroic rebound.
Kanala needs to get up off the ground.
Yeah.
一緒に音ちゃんの笑顔
They've got to find Odo. It's like, oh, right. I was so busy thinking about marrying a stranger that I forgot about my sister, who is a recurring character.
Yeah, when is the last time we saw Oto?
A couple episodes. Not that long ago.
She wasn't in trouble last time we saw her, was she? Wasn't she out of trouble?
She was out of trouble last we saw her. She had been held hostage by
Yeah.
Sodden, and then we
They had
found
gotten
out.
her loose, and they were like, "What's up?
And then they found out Sodden was master.
Oto, run home."
Yeah.
みんなで紡ぎ合って
It's to connect to each other.
There we go.
Because a world of isolation is no world at all.
Yeah.
俺たちは騎士道だ行くぞ
Chivalry
みん
time.
な行くぞ天使
Oh. Osamisa Yusaosa. There we go. Boom. You're so cool, Dad.
We're gonna have a fight to the theme song now.
Yep. Another big roll call, as we've been getting during each of these episodes. This is an appropriate time for
I
it.
was gonna say, we're almost at the end of the series.
Yes.
Small children who have difficulty adjusting to new things are gonna have to let go of these characters to get a whole new Sentai.
Yep. This is I feel like this is our lead into the final battle for next episode. Is my suspicion here.
消えろお前たちが新しい世界に必要のない存在だ
Hey, Kishiryu. Okay, most of Rex apparently
brought
can.
some water with him.
That's
why I was like,
interesting. Have we ever seen that before?
No, we have not. That
I
is
think so.
brand new.
Hey, Bakiguru. There we go, Demon Volcano.
Well, PK Pakigaroo,
Oh,
like,
nice.
you can't skip the rest of us. We had Shine Raptor on the other side. We've got
Yeah, the Cosmo Raptor.
Cosmo Raptor on this side.
Piton, there we go. We got all of them.
みんな戦いを終わらせるぞ
Everybody's doing armor!
There we
You
go.
wanted to see that? You got
About time. Nice. Looks like, and that's our. Yep, like I said, the heroic resolve so that they can lead into the final battle.
今度でも立ち上がるもう俺たちは逃げない最終回地球の意志つなぐんだ命を笑顔を
Nice.
it. Seriously though, I feel like we took a left turn from Fulu Cooligan to Evangelion.
Just a little bit. But yeah, so what was it? Toa had it looked like Toa had the Cosmo Raptor armor.
Mm-hmm.
And Asuna had the Smash
Asuna had
armor.
Smash. Melto had,
Had the-
Piton's ice armor.
Yeah, the freeze armor. And then of course there was no Max. I think the only one that didn't get in there was the Ryusoulger Caliber. I think was the only one that wasn't included, which is not really an armor
It's
per
extra
se.
armor. It's more of a boost for whatever you're already wearing.
Yeah. So it was good to see those. Basically all the armors that are associated with all of the additional,
Zords.
yeah, the Kishiryu. With again the exception of Omax, which is just
Nada.
more the battleizer.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Nice. I feel like they have done a pretty good job escalating going into this finale.
Oh yeah.
it's been a nice turnaround these last few episodes. I like that they are trying to end this series strong because it has been
some serious weak points.
it has been a very rough road, and I'm pleased that we are kind of getting to the other end of that. The ending is working well. I don't think that it's necessarily based around unlike with Q Ranger, where the revelation of the nature of the villain brought the entire series themes into focus, with the whole hope versus despair being the key thing with Q Ranger. While I do rather like this, the philosophy behind Master Eris and the thoughts behind Master Eris, it is less of a clear connection to any sort of coherent theme for the entire series. So it doesn't hit quite the same way, but it is still a very nice theme to end on. And I will say, Asuna's actress killed it this episode. This was a great... Her speech there was great. I thought that was sort of the big standout of the...
there. And
especially when she had such a fluffy seeming dream compared to the
really,
others.
You know, she was saying, you know, you can eat all the tasty food in the world in your dreams, but it will never fill you up. And I feel like there was more to that fill you up than just her stomach.
Yeah.
She was talking about how you will never be fulfilled.
Right. And that worked very well. I thought that played very well. It was a little... The middle of the episode was a little superfluous, I felt, just because the temporary capture of Asuna and Melto and Kirian
really
didn't really go anywhere. It was an interesting...
I wish they would have got some intel where they were in there or something.
Yeah, I felt like nothing really came of that. It just, like, especially since it was like the next day.
And then
it looked like we were just back where we left off.
And then it was resolved like that.
It was resolved
They made a
Minosaur, which was a clever way to resolve it.
Which caused Iris to vomit them all up.
Yeah.
And immediately handle the Minosaur.
Yeah.
And then not immediately try and re-eat them?
It was a little weird.
Even if Eris had just been all like, oh, well, better leave Kirion outside next time.
Yeah. Like, there was no other attempts by Eris to eat any of the others. Also, they retreated, but even so.
Yeah.
I feel like, probably the one thing that I wish that this episode had covered, instead of having that little diversion that didn't go anywhere, I would like for them to explain how Wisewool came back.
Yeah.
And have that tie into what's going on right now. I love having Wisewool back. He's a fun character.
We're happy Wisewool's back. We just want to know how it happened.
Yeah, it feels like they're just kind of glazing right past that. And I felt like that could have been a great little side adventure. Like, he had that little moment with them at the campfire. I would have liked to have seen something expand upon that. Like, yeah, okay.
And also, I feel like Wisewool turned up earlier.
Yeah.
So why was Kirion so very surprised to see him again?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because the way that played out when he was like waving from the side and Kirion was like, played out
cute.
Like it was the reunion all over again.
Yeah.
Like Kirion
I guess he was
had
concerned
forgotten
that Wisewool could have gotten hurt while they were separated. I'm not really sure. I feel like we needed more info on, okay, what was the Wisewool side adventure happening there, where you see like him getting chased by Yabasword and all that. And I feel like we're not getting that. Because the next episode's the last episode, and that feels like a weird place to cover that.
We're not going to get that.
I would have really liked for Wisewool's return
I do think it's interesting, though,
connected to something.
That despite, for some reason, the dream requiring them not to have one another.
Yeah.
And I understand why Nada was in Ko's, because he had the guilt about it, and Nada is dead.
Yeah.
So, pulling Nada in, fine.
Right.
How did he get Mr. Tatsui?
Yeah, it's weird.
Who should also be somewhere else dreaming? And
Yeah.
is very much alive.
Yeah. Like, there were a number of things where that
And
just...
is Master Black alive or not?
Yeah, he was with Mr. Tatsui last we saw him.
Yeah, so shouldn't Master Black have also not been allowed in that dream sequence on account of...
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that.
Yeah, that part gets me a little confused.
Um...
Because I felt like it was... If you're going to be isolated in a world full of strangers...
Yeah.
Then why are there a few exceptions? And
Yeah.
if you're going to have a dream where you can have people that you know, why would your happiest dream not include your best friends?
Yeah. Like, I feel like emotionally and philosophically there were some really interesting and well done elements to this episode. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. It's just a little bit of a plot problem.
Which is what Ryusoulger
including,
has
for
had
example,
consistently.
I mean, for example, if Ko had woken up and he was... Even if he watched Ui on YouTube,
Yeah.
that would still be... She wasn't really there. He was watching her on YouTube.
Right, right.
But Mr. Tatsui was there.
Yeah.
And even if... what's Black's name?
Bamba?
Bamba. Even if Bamba was going to be having fun in his dream by sparring with somebody more skilled than him,
Yeah.
then maybe it could have been someone who's definitely dead.
Yeah, that was a
Like-
little bit of a weird thing. Like, for whatever reason...
Like, that just the inclusion of Mr. Tatsui and Master Black in the dream sequences throws things off a little bit.
Yeah, and really, it was weird in that, considering that they were emphasizing...
And if they're just trying to keep the Ryusoulgers apart from each other, there's no reason that Oto should not have been
Right.
in Kanalo's dream.
But the other thing that I'm picking up on there, that it's one of the tiny little things that made the whole big catharsis moment of the episode not quite hit, was this emphasis on being able to make new connections and meet new people, while at the same time the only connections that really seemed to matter that were not being preserved in the dream
Were your friends.
were specifically the Ryusoulgers. Like, other friendships.
Yeah, other friends, like I said, like Mr. Tatsui and Master Black.
And this
still
show
there.
hasn't really focused on any other friendships, really.
Aside from between the Ryusoulgers.
Outside between the Ryusoulgers
Tatsuis.
themselves. And even with the Tatsuis, they've been really more of just gracious hosts and, like, had too many bondings.
In the very beginning.
In the very beginning, we did
they
have...
were really pushing the Ui friendship.
And then-
Obviously, they can't do that right now because
Right.
Mana is sick.
But apart from that...
You know, because
And that was really only at the
definitely a
beginning.
gracious host, but he was also saying, "Thank you for being such good friends to my daughter."
Yeah. And I feel like that loss of Ui did weaken
Pardon me.
this thematic element of the series. Ui here could have had a nice connection in terms of them forging friendships
With new people.
with new people outside of the Ryusoul tribe, which is something that really wasn't happening in the show. We had a new Minosaur host, every week, but none of those interactions really ended up meaning anything.
And if somebody was trying
Yeah.
at writing, they probably could have pushed Mr. Tatsui into that role, but they chose not to do it.
Yeah, there was
To make up for the fact that Mana is sick, they
Yeah,
could
there
have
was
transferred
no-
it to the other person that they're close to who's not a Ryusoul.
Yeah, there was never really a smooth transition into him replacing Ui as their, human connection.
And I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
Oh yeah, it was, and this series has been
I
full of
understand that he's also Seto, so there's that going on there.
that. Yeah, which was its own kind of weird. Yeah, there have just been a lot, and it's a shame that this episode, which I'd say was a strong episode, it's
Still
not better
has
supported
some
by a stronger
serious-
series.
Still has some serious underpinning failures, yeah.
Like I've made mention in.
It's like he was talking about standing on your history.
Yeah.
This was trying its best to stand on the very rickety history that is Ryusoulger.
Right. And this is sort of one of the big things that I have focused on a lot in Power Reviews. The nature of context and how it can inform to either strengthen or weaken a story. To either strengthen or weaken a series.
And how it really, and well, I mean, you started with Samurai.
Yeah, where
the decontextualization from the Japanese roots really caused the story to suffer.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make a new story for us. They just badly adapted
the past story and trimmed out whatever didn't fit without replacing it or smoothing it over.
Sometimes localizations come out awkward.
Yeah.
I can point you to the Jelly Donuts incident.
Yeah, you know, with like Pokemon, and I believe other shows have probably also called them Jelly Donuts.
I don't know, but those are rice balls.
Yeah.
They're not Jelly Donuts. I understand that that's the closest thing you could think of, because when you bite into them, it was red inside.
Yeah.
Probably
Red bean paste. Yeah.
But
It's fun.
localization can come out wonky.
Yeah.
But better to localize than to just chop out whole parts of the story.
Yeah.
Of course,
and then
also,
yeah.
you know, keeping the context intact and just letting them be rice balls would also be okay.
And then you get into things like with Super Megaforce, where that was a real contextual mess because they kept referencing the past poorly. Like they were trying to reference the entire franchise, but not reference past seasons accurately, or else reference past seasons that never happened, to the point where if you had the additional context, it weakened what was already a weak series.
Yeah, no, I feel like that one actually plays better to people who
don't know
classic Power Rangers,
Yeah.
but who have some vague idea that it exists.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh yeah, Mighty Morphin was a thing.
Yeah. It's
Like, if that's your understanding of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin was a thing. You're like, hey, I get it.
It's really the thing with Super Megaforce that was sad was there were so many things where it's like, oh, this introduces them to that team, and then they could go back and watch that team maybe on Netflix, and then be like, this is nothing connecting to anything that they were.
Right,
what?
and then they're also going back and looking for teams that didn't exist, because
Yeah.
sometimes they included pre-Power Rangers Super Sentai.
Yeah, and it's just sort of a weird disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing. Other times, some of the references that they made will just go right over your head if you hadn't actually, like, the first episode of Super Megaforce hitting so many of the notes of Day of the Dumpster.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have actually seen Day of the Dumpster to get any of that.
That's true.
But if you have, that weakens it considerably.
Well, yes and no. It's an entertaining thing, but it's also a bit of a cringy thing. It's one of those,
That's what
they're
I'm saying.
trying so hard to be Day of the Dumpster.
That's what I'm saying.
And, yeah.
Like, in some of the other places, the understanding it vaguely allows you to get what they want and get what you want out of it. And knowing more is a problem.
Yeah.
In the case of the first episode, where they were hitting so many of the notes of Day of the Dumpster, knowing it vaguely isn't going to allow you to get those.
That's true. Yeah, it's a different kind of context in that case than it was for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And then you have
And that
other
was
episodes
That
where...
means that it's either it goes completely over your head and you don't get any of the references, or you're cringing the whole time.
And then you have an episode, and then just 2 episodes later, the show treats it as if Power Rangers, while they just established were a huge legacy, are somehow an unknown legacy in this world, because are you some kind of superhero?
What's a Power Ranger?
Like, it's just So
Sweetie,
that are you
there's
some kind
no
of
such thing as monsters.
that sort of thing is always just so rough. And so yeah, it's and that was one where, like, factually,
I mean,
the context
at
didn't
least
match up.
Sentai has the conceit that each of these is a parallel universe
Yeah.
to the others. So when they don't know about each other, it's okay.
Ryusoulger, for the most part, it's more that thematically the context didn't quite align. Although sometimes also factually the context doesn't quite align in the terms of they've met. There were the
It's
team
kind
had
of like
3
that-
different introductions to Geysorg.
It's kind of like that beautiful corpse game you were trying to tell me about the other
An
day.
exquisite corpse, yes.
An exquisite corpse. Only instead of writing a sentence each, they wrote an episode each.
To an extent, yeah. Except it was written by mostly the same people throughout.
Yeah. But it still feels like the exquisite corpse because they get introduced to Geysorg 3 separate times.
Which is so weird. Like, specifically Toa met Geysorg for the first time 3 different times.
And that's why the thing with Weisel, and it's like, Weisel-sama!
Nobody.
Did you not just meet him again last episode?
Also, nobody asked, how are you back? Like, I feel like that would be, like, a pretty immediate question.
I mean, the person who should have asked is Ko.
Yes.
Because everybody else was not there when it happened.
Like, he knew that he had defeated Weisel. Now, that being said,
I
he
suppose
did not
Ko's
see...
attitude could have been one of, oh, I thought I killed you, but
Yeah.
you're still alive. And it would be rude to ask how you survived my fatal blow.
I mean, yeah, he didn't actually see Weisel disintegrate. He
'Cause
left
he
him
didn't.
there.
He went and did his weird curtain call instead.
Well, yeah, but then he disintegrated into a cape and then vanished. During it, at the
He
end of the curtain
disintegrated, and then his cape kind of went swooshy, swooshy,
call. And
swoosh,
then
swoosh.
I think the cape
Which looked-
disintegrated as it swooshed.
No, it
No?
kind of disappeared into a
Turn-
point of light.
Okay.
It like slurped itself up into nowhere.
Okay.
Which, to me, says something about how he probably came back, as it never died in the first place. That slurpy bit was...
I feel like it's connected to his heart, but I don't know in what way. That's the thing. We don't know how that heart connected back to him coming back. We never tackled that.
His heart was out of him, and the next time we see him,
We saw his hand
we saw
picking
his
up.
hand picking up someone else's shredded heart.
Yeah.
Which, incidentally, had the same art style as his heart.
Well, they all did, I believe.
No.
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 The,
I mean,
all the cards were the same basic art style.
Right, but they looked different.
Okay.
Like, the hearts looked different.
Yes.
But this...
Weisel's heart looked different from Yabasor's heart.
No, it was just a palette swap.
Maybe.
Whereas his looked completely distinct from...
Gachilius and
Gachilius's.
Master Black.
Well, Master Black's heart just looked like a human heart.
Okay.
So... And I'm
I mean,
I'm wondering how that didn't tip her off, by the way.
I don't remember the design on Gachilius's heart.
Gachilius's heart was kind of like... spiky silver. And then...
Maybe. Okay.
Master Black's heart looked like a human heart.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know how that did not tip her off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Weisel's had what you said is actually a sword, but I interpreted it as a top hat.
No. Weisel's had the top hat. Yabasor's had the sword.
Yabasor's sword looked so much like the top hat to me.
No, it was the hilt of a katana.
It may have been the hilt of a katana, but it looked almost exactly like...
It was very the hilt of the katana was very similar to the shape of Weisel's very tall, narrow top hat. I will admit that.
So I'm feeling like it was just maybe a color swap with like a little extra blade in it.
Entirely possible.
Which is maybe part of why that is significant, because
I don't
it would
think...
make them like a similar class.
I
of-
feel like you're reading way too much into
Okay.
a lazy design element. Or maybe it's unfair to say lazy. Just
I wonder if we can get
a
pictures.
similar design element.
Art cards. Ryusoulger.
But
That's not how you spell Ryusoulger.
I can try checking a thing. I'm already on. I have the page up, so I can take a quick look at.
This is not helpful. I got pictures of
There's
Ryu.
Weisel.
from various things, and I've got.
I'll see if there's any pictures of
the
Wise
heart
Wolf's
cards from what do you call it? Alice in Wonderland. That's not helpful.
So yeah, I'm just double checking real quick to see if there's any pictures of Wise Wolf's heart on his wiki page there. I don't think so, but I can double check. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any pictures. We would have
I
to
wish
go
somebody
back.
had taken some pictures.
We would have to go back to
check
a,
out what
to
you
a
call
previous
it page
episode.
though. The Heart Takers page to see if they might have
Precious?
pictures. Yeah, they might have pictures of all the heart cards on Precious's page, possibly.
All right, give me a quick moment.
That's the only other thing I can think of is that they're all on Precious's page, because it is Precious's like special ability
Yeah, I can take a quick look.
to make these heart cards.
Just go to the page. Stop being weird.
You see how I was trying to give you that video on the wiki? It was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
give
I
me
know.
a video for
Yeah, I know. I knew what you were talking about.
4th season of Stranger Things.
Right. So yeah, I'm just checking real quick to see. Oh, there we go. Kishiryu heart, Master Black's heart. There's Wise Wolf's heart. So okay. Yeah, we're just tackling this real quick to address it. And then we do want to watch one last thing before we
it's
close
got
out.
sort of that little.
So there's the little top hat.
It's that 2-colored heart.
Yep, blue and white. So it's actually quite a bit different from. So that's Kishiryu, I believe. That's the Max Ryusoulger from the Illusion. There's Master Black, and then you see here. This is there's Sword's heart, and you can see they all have the same. It's all a pretty close
That's
design.
basically the same top hat.
But yeah, I guess so. And then you have the.
And it's a 2-color heart.
Okay.
See?
So it does look like it is something of a.
It's basically the same line art, colored differently.
Yeah. Which is pretty close to that. And okay, yeah, Kishiryu
is very distinct, and the human heart lacks the
Yeah.
brim, so that
Actually, no wait.
see, it lacks the brim, and then that one.
Okay. Yeah, the way I saw it in the show, I couldn't see that this wasn't a clean line for the sword. But yeah, no, you're right. It is basically a recolored Wise Wolf card.
So I was just wondering if maybe.
I doubt that has any deeper meaning, though.
That's the one Wise Wolf picked up.
I know.
So weird. But I also don't know how she looked at the very clearly all one color with no embellishments human heart card and did not realize that Satan was a human.
Did not care. Like, honestly, pretty much everything with Ryusoulger, you look into it too deeply and it starts to fall apart pretty quick. Although, again, this was a strong episode today. This
Yes,
week.
it was.
I cannot.
It's on a rickety foundation, but in and of itself, it was a fantastic episode.
So you look away over there,
And
because
over
now we need to address what's coming up next. Because we haven't actually.
We're just talking about how we're doing the roll calls so much because we're about to lose these guys in favor of somebody else.
Yep, because we haven't actually been able to. We haven't made a final decision on whether we will be continuing with Sentai Live Reactions or not. We're leaning against it because we have a lot going on right now. I've been feeling swamped with schoolwork, both as a grad student and as a teacher, along with really wanting to try and finish Power Reviews, and
I really want us to finish Power Reviews too.
And Sentai every week gets a little exhausting. We don't get a break from it really.
Yeah, unlike Power Rangers, which goes on hiatus.
So, I am going to, if I can, there we go, cast this,
Chromecast is so much fun.
cast this new trailer for what's coming next.
Why is the roof so
2020年のスーパー戦隊は
subtitles?
人が輝く
Oh, wait, it's formatted weirdly. Give me a moment.
Well, it's probably doing that to avoid, what do you
Yeah,
call
but
it?
I think I got a better one that's not, like, split up into 3 pieces. Alright, let's try this one.
Mashin Sentai Kiraminger. Huh?
2020
There we go.
スーパー戦隊は輝く
There we go.
人が輝くとき
Sparkly.
奇跡が
Very
生まれる輝き
Vehicles?
それは未来を変える、戦士の証
Very shiny.
マシン戦隊キラメイジャー
Jewel.
Mashin Sentai Kirameja.
俺はあったジュール想像
High
した
school
り絵を
students.
描いたりするのが
Yeah,
好き
well,
な
we got our
高校生
looks like our red is a high school
キ
student.
ラメイストーンに選ばれた戦士だ
And we have a female green again.
そんな戦士の
He's
姿
drawing everything all the time.
Yep.
マジで嘘でしょ
e スポーツナンバーワンプレイヤー
He's
Yellow is-
esports player.
Yep.
Esports.
女子陸上界のスピードスター
She's a
Speed
speed
star.
star.
早見
She's
セ
a
ナ
track and field
イ
star.
ケメン人気アクション俳優おしりしぐる
I believe he's.
Well, he's cute.
スーパードクター
She's a surgeon?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
まさか君もキラメイジャー
And he's a
まさか
high school student who likes drawing.
Okay, so we're going with the theme of way,
I like that you have a face for that guy.
I think that was just an actual face
Yeah.
painted red
Underneath.
But we're going with the seriously inexperienced Red Ranger trope again.
Yep.
What?
We have magic jewels, it looks. And then he's our mentor person.
今こそお前も変われお前の想像する力は無
And
限
we
だ
have.
We're also going again with the female rangers need to have tiny booty shorts. That's part of their uniform.
Yeah.
Even if they're police officers, which I know they're not this time, but
Yeah.
一緒に戦うぜ行くぜ相
戦士たちとキラメイス
We got-
crystal machines.
Yes.
スーパービークルが誕生その名も
Machine.
スパークリングキラメイレッド
Kirame Redo.
めっちゃデラメだなファイヤー頼りにしてるぞ
Okay, he's gonna fire ranger. That makes sense.
Yep.
キラメイイエロー
Kirame Yellow.
He has a crane for some reason.
Yep.
Not a crane, steam shovel.
Kirame
Kirame Green! Race car.
Yep, which makes sense.
He's the speedster.
Yep.
先アンストッパブルキラメイブルー
His jet kind of looks like a sword.
Yep.
飛ばすぞジェッター
That's the idea.
And of course, the surgeon has a medivac.
Actually,
A medivac.
specifically, yeah, helicopter. There we go. Yeah, you're right. Medevac is helicopter. I'm sorry. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I do have to admit the mech is.
It glows in the dark.
It looks pretty sleek here.
最もキラキラ輝くヒーロー
Kira. Oh!
What?
3月8日日曜
I'm pretty sure that's Japanese for sparkly.
放送スタート
It's Kira Major. They are
He
spark.
said-
They are sparkly mages.
Sparkle mages.
Yep. Sparkle, sparkle. So that looks to be what our next Super Sentai series will be. Mashin Sentai Kira Major. So what
What
did
does
they?
Mashin translate to?
Machine.
Machine Sentai
Yep.
Sparkle
Sparkle
Mage.
mages. So I do like that they have all those different professions, and that looks fun. It looks like the gems transform into the machines.
Yep, looks like.
And
Hi, Frankie.
the mentor you may have seen before.
He looked familiar, but I couldn't place him.
He looked familiar.
Is he a ranger from previous Sentai all grown up?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Would you like to see what you know him from?
I would love to see what I...
All right,
He's
don't
not the host of...
don't look at the screen while I set it up.
Alright.
All right.
He's not the host of Majide, is he?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
So keep your eyes closed. And actually just keep your eyes closed, because you're going to hear it. And then you're going to know who this guy is. And then you can open your eyes once you hear it.
What what else live action Japanese have I watched? It's Pineapple Apple. It's Pineapple Pen Man.
I have a pen.
I have an apple.
It's Pineapple Pen Guy.
Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple.
He is apparently the mentor for the next Sentai series.
Pineapple pen.
And no, I don't know how this happened.
What is even going on here? You realize we have to keep talking or we're gonna get copyrighted
This is
on
fair.
this?
This is fair. This is
You
fair.
need to stop this.
I can stop this. You have seen this before.
Pineapple Pen Man
Yes.
is the mentor.
Yes. Yes. Ridiculous thing that happens to be a thing.
We're not watching this show.
My back. I'm actually okay, but still. Leaning back forward might be a challenge.
Nope. After Ryusoulger, I do not trust these people when they cast Pineapple Pen Man as the mentor.
I love that that was the deciding factor. Not to an extent, I had a feeling that it could be either way.
I was with you up until Pineapple Pen Man. I was like, Sparkle Mages.
Now, you see, that's one of those things where I'm like, you find it out, and it's like that either will ramp up your interest or ramp it back down. But yeah, it does seem to be...
This is just a sign of yet another gimmicky season that has no coherence.
Now, that being said, I do not know really anything about this man. He could...
It's Pineapple Pen Man!
For all we know, this was just a music gig, and now he has an acting gig, and this is just a progression of his actual career, and he might be a legitimate actor. I don't know him. All I know is that this is
I feel
the
like
thing he
this
is best known
gotta
for.
be stunt casting.
Possibly. I genuinely do not know his place in Japanese culture well enough to make that assertion. I just find it hilarious.
I didn't even know he was Japanese.
Also,
Since this whole thing is in English.
this is fair. Also, I noticed one thing that was interesting, because I've seen little clips and things
His
of like stage
mustache
shows.
is drawn on.
Yes, it is. I noticed that the poses that the Kira Majors have, they're each tied to their respective professions. I don't know where I might be able to find an example of that, but I saw them doing like roll call, a roll call thing, and I don't know. Maybe was it the 30-second one?
Maybe.
I could check. I could check real quick.
It's only 30 seconds long. I don't
Yeah,
know
this was. Oh,
improv.
how? What?
You clicked on the wrongest of possible things there.
I don't know how, but okay. So one more little glimpse into Kira Major, and then we'll discuss this further afterwards. But yeah, I think this was the earliest thing. There's like an episode 0 that I think came out with one of the Sentai movies.
逃げちゃダメよ
But yeah, I do like that they each have different professions. That feels like that could be an interesting element to that. Alright, so that was the extent of it. I saw some.
That was not the roll call you were looking for.
Yeah, there was something where I
you
saw
could try
them.
searching Kira Major roll call instead of Kira Major trailer.
Maybe. Accidentally spelled roll, I think, wrong. Oh, here we go. This was them being introduced on stage for the first time.
Yeah, that's probably it.
So yeah, we're getting a little bit of a bonus mini live reactions going on right here, just getting a feel for what Kira Major entails. So this was at a little presentation to introduce people to the new characters. And then there's an on-stage morph. But
Which
watch.
obviously involves just swapping them out for.
Yeah. Red, I didn't notice it so much.
Well, he's a student.
So. But he's. See, for a moment she did that little kind of run pose in there. Blue's got the sword, the
And he just did
samurai
a sword
pose.
slash. Okay.
I love Pink's though. Did you notice what she did there?
Like she was scrubbing.
Yeah, isn't that a great thing for a pose? That's one of the like tiny little things that I noticed that I just happened to really like, and I thought you might like too.
And that was cute.
Just
it
that
wasn't quite right, but you know.
But it integrated so smoothly into that little pose of her just kind of putting on the scrub mask or the face mask, whatever it's called, for like conducting surgery, and just the idea that Pink being a surgeon also seems great. Really,
I feel like
Pink is
really taking her career in her hands here,
yeah.
Because all it takes is a small amount of nerve damage.
Mm.
And a surgeon is screwed, man.
That's true.
They need really steady hands.
That being said, the precedent was already laid with X-Aid, where they were all doctors. Where Kamen Rider Brave was specifically a surgeon, with his catchphrase being, "There is nothing I can't cut," and that he used a sword in battle.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then I believe that Blue is actually, from the looks of things, I think his character is an actor who does period dramas. I think is why he's got that samurai look.
Gotcha.
That's the impression I get, at least. So yeah, that's our breakdown of what we are looking to see with Kira Major. We'll discuss further if we are
gonna do this or not.
Gonna do it or not. Now that we're getting back into Beast Morphers again, and I'm coming up on the capstone for my Masters, I'm leaning towards not. It's looking like you got turned off a little bit by Pineapple Pen Guy. But we'll talk it out over the next week, and we'll give you guys our final answer next week. And we look forward to seeing you all in the chat on Saturday for the second episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2, which will be the 899th episode of Power Rangers, coming up on the big 900. So, big milestones happening.
Yeah.
So, we're looking forward to seeing you guys there Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us for the live chat. Tell your friends. More the merrier. And until then, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. I have a sparkle. I have a mage. Sparkle Mage.
No.